Welcome to the video about the urban legends of Nepal. Nepal is a beautiful country that is steeped in history and culture, and like any other country, it has its fair share of urban legends that have been passed down through generations. In this video, we will explore some of the most famous and intriguing urban legends of Nepal. The urban legend of Depashi, a small town in the Kathmandu district of Nepal. The legend surrounding this location centers around a water tank that was once used to store drinking water for those in the area. According to the story, people can often hear crying and shouting coming from the water tank throughout the day. Legend has it that a man was mugged and killed by robbers who then threw his body inside the water tank. After dumping the body, the robbers locked the tank from the outside, leaving the victim to suffocate and die inside. Since then, it is said that the spirit of the man haunts the area, causing people to feel terrified and avoid it at all costs. Despite its potential as a source of clean drinking water, the water tank has remained abandoned, and no development has taken place in the area. The locals are so afraid of the ghostly presence that they refuse to go anywhere near the location, even during the daytime. This has made the area almost like a little ghost town, with most locals steering clear of it entirely. The legend of Depashi serves as a reminder of the consequences of violence and the potential for restless spirits to haunt the living. If you ever find yourself in the Kathmandu district of Nepal, be sure to stay away from the water tank in Depashi, or you may find yourself face to face with a lonely ghost. The urban legend of Devgat, a small place in the Tanahan district of Nepal that is considered a holy pilgrimage site. Despite its religious significance, many strange and bizarre things have been reported to occur in this area. In 2009, a human skull was discovered in Devgat, which is not uncommon as it is a cremation ground for the dead. However, over the years, numerous skulls have been found, and locals claim to hear strange crying and singing voices in the area. The situation escalated when 4 women started showing up there every night, setting themselves on fire and performing different rituals. The locals have reported seeing these strange occurrences, but no one has ever attempted to investigate who these women are or what exactly is going on in Devgat. Based on the urban legends surrounding this location, there are potentially dangerous rituals and human sacrifices that take place here. This suggests that there may be more than just one little ghost haunting the area. While Devgat remains a popular pilgrimage site, it is clear that there is an underlying darkness and mystery associated with the location. If you find yourself in the Tanahan district of Nepal, be sure to approach Devgat with caution, as there may be more to this holy site than meets the eye. The Kaya legend is not unique to Nepal, but rather appears in other stories from many other countries, often in different forms. The word Kaya translates to ghostly figure in the Nuri language. It is believed that every house has a Kaya and a story associated with it, and they can either be good or bad. The good Kaya is said to protect your family and home, while the bad Kaya will try to destroy both. They will use all their power to attack people and cause harm. The Kaya is not an average ghost, and if you have one in your home, you should be afraid, whether it is a good or bad one. The Kaya is usually portrayed as a skeleton with extremely pale skin and is often depicted in hand-drawn pictures with gods and goddesses. It is also said that the Kaya ghost comes out at night to scare and play mischievous pranks like throwing your blanket off or throwing objects around your home. Essentially, it is a poltergeist that is visible, unlike most other ghosts. There is also a belief that Kaya can cause sleep paralysis, and sleeping on your back increases the chances of encountering one. Many people have claimed to have seen Kaya in their homes, especially in old Nuri-style homes. Legend has it that you might not even be aware of the Kaya's presence in your home. Nepal has a long history of witchcraft practices, particularly in remote areas where traditional beliefs and superstitions still hold strong. The problem with bakshi, or accusations of witchcraft, has become so extreme that women are often targeted and murdered in the name of this specific ritual, forcing them to become ghosts wandering aimlessly and haunting the living. This heinous practice is particularly prevalent in rural areas where the literacy rate is low, and women are considered inferior if they speak out against any wrongdoing. According to legend, women accused of practicing witchcraft are tied down so that they can't move or escape and then burned alive. Jankris, or witch doctors, summon these women and then hypnotize, torture, and beat them to death. It's a gruesome sight, but everyone watches and no one is allowed to intervene, or they too will be punished. Although there are some laws and regulations in place to protect women from these accusations, the situation has not improved much over time. Even today, women are still being falsely accused of practicing witchcraft and subjected to this inhumane treatment. It is a serious issue that needs to be addressed by the government and society as a whole. The Kumari is the only living goddess left in Nepal. Girls are selected from the Shakya, Vajracharya group of the newer community between the ages of 4 and 5. They then are treated like a goddess, but they aren't allowed to go out of Kumari house or step foot on the ground. Legend once said that they are also forbidden to talk to anyone outside of their family, and they are also forbidden to smile at anyone. The Kumari culture has raised much debate around the world regarding the kids' human rights. But sadly, no one is willing to end this culture, which is considered to have been going on for ages in Nepal. It is believed that if the Kumari looks at you and smiles, you are going to die very soon. When the young woman gets her very first period is when the reign of the Kumari ends and they are immediately replaced by a younger Kumari. There is also a strong belief that once the old Kumari marries a young man, they will die within 6 months of the marriage. Now, this is where the tale of the Kumari gets terrifying. Those that live in Nepal have claimed that they've seen the Kumari at night on empty streets. The story has it that when that person and the Kumari make eye contact with each other, the person dies with blood coming from their mouth. These incidents have been mentioned many times, so most natives refrain from looking outside the window at night, in fear that this will happen to them if they see her. All Nepal natives see it as bad luck if you attempt to look for her at night. There is a ritual specifically for girls in Nepal, which is called the Bara or Gufa. In the ritual, a female, who is aged 5-12, is locked inside a room for 12 whole days. During this time, she is not allowed to see the sun or any men. The young women that have been subjected to this life can be heard crying in these rooms, and is only allowed to eat certain foods. This ritual is basically considered as a girl getting married to the sun, and on the 12th and final day when she is taken out of the room, the first thing she sees is the sun. Hence why they say this ritual is basically a girl getting married to the sun. Many girls have come forward and shared their experiences during these days. They report seeing apparitions and feeling like someone is in the room with them when they are completely alone. Some girls have also claimed that their hair gets combed and oiled without them noticing, and also report hearing strange noises around them. Due to all these testimonies from these girls, the ritual is only 2 to 3 days instead of the initial 12 days, out of fear that something might happen to them in that house. If a girl dies during this period, her body has to be buried inside of the house, and her spirit will haunt the location for the rest of time and become a ghost, looking for a way to move on. Bara is the name of a ritual, and she means dead in the Nueri language, so this translation means someone who died during Bara. It is an extremely scary story, and many people are petrified when they are told the stories of Barashis. These are perfect tales to tell all your friends. Did you enjoy these scary legend-told tales revolving around the urban legends of Nepal? These stories were sure to get your heart pumping. Would you visit Nepal to learn more about the world filled with urban legends?